Hey, what's up guys? Cody here. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I got into resell, how it all started for me, and how I got from that point to this point where I resell big time now. Not as big time as I want to be, not as big time as some other resellers, but my wife and I we're pretty deep into the resell game. Also, I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for supporting me and following me on YouTube. I know a lot of people are coming over from TikTok right now. That's awesome. There's going to be a lot more educational content. Like, this is kind of just sharing a story, which you guys will be able to take something from this, especially if you're interested in getting into resale or just setting up streams of income online and different side hustles and making money in creative ways that don't involve like working for the man and doing something that you don't want to do. So, I hope you take something from this video, but just know there'll be more educational videos where we really get into answering like specific questions like how to do product research, how do you know if a shoe's gonna sell, what do you do if a shoe doesn't sell, stuff like that. Definitely will address. Super busy with work. I'm full-time in the military. I'm a recruiter. So recruiting is it's not the least demanding job in the military, but it's not the most demanding. So I get to sleep in my house every night. It's a lot different than my first job in the military. So no complaints, but it's just been a really busy last couple weeks, so I haven't been able to crank out the content on the YouTube channel like I would like. But this will be a nice, easy video for us, so let's get into it. So it really started Black Friday when I was 14 years old. I'm 26 now, by the way, so about 12 years ago. My father and I were waiting outside of Baseball Express in San Antonio, Texas. So I was big into baseball at this time. Black Friday, you're kind of going into the winter. You have the baseball season just around the corner after the holidays, and Black Friday had just a really good sale. Or not Black Friday, Baseball Express had a really good Black Friday sale. So we actually stayed up. I think we went out there like 2 a.m. And I remember sleeping on the cement, and it was cold, and it was just sleeping on cold cement out there outside of Baseball Express and waiting for like 6 a.m. for them to open. We were top 10 in the line, so we were in the front of the line. And when they opened the doors, it was a frenzy. You were just trying to find stuff that were good deals, and there were baseball gloves that were marked down. They were like $300 gloves for $100, things like that. Anyways, there were these baseball bats that were retail value $300, and they were getting rid of them for $50. So the reason why a company would do something like this is they're probably just trying to get rid of it. That way it might be like last year's models, and they're trying to get this year's models in, and they can't get anyone to buy it for retail. So they're just trying to get rid of it. They're hooking somebody up. Maybe they lose a couple bucks selling it for that low, but they build that brand loyalty with the customer. I don't know. There's several reasons, right? I don't know why it was so cheap. It was a Black Friday sale though. So my first reaction, and this will tell you kind of a little bit how I have that natural entrepreneur DNA. My first reaction was, man, I can make a lot of money reselling these online. Now the thing is, like most 14-year-olds, I didn't have any cash, you know what I mean? I didn't have money in the bank to invest. Fortunately for me, my dad was able to loan me some money, and we picked up like 10 of the bats. So my dad loans me 500. I get 10 of these bats, and I sell them for 150 online on eBay. After shipping and fees, I probably profit about $75 per item, and I pay my dad. After I pay my dad back, get to keep 75 per bat, so make $750 off of that, just that one day. And that was a pretty sweet feeling, right? And I'm thankful that my dad was able to loan me that money. I know not everybody's in that position. Now, there are ways to turn 20 into 40 and 40 into 80 and build your way up. But that was like my first experience ever with resale. It was reselling baseball bats. Now, what I want you to notice from me sharing that are the numbers. I purchased it for 50, sold it for 150. The bats normally cost people 300. So a lot of resellers, especially in the sneaker community, that resell like hype beast stuff like Supreme and Bape and Yeezys and all this stuff, they will corner the market. They will buy all the Yeezys, so Yeezys are sold out, and then they'll make their price way above retail. When I resell, I'm reselling my items under retail. 99% of the time, I'm reselling them under retail, and 100% of the time, I'm reselling them under market value. So every time someone purchases something from me, they're getting a really good deal on it. So those baseball bats, I got them for $50, so I got them for $250 off. But when I was selling them, people were still getting them for $150 under what they would have normally paid for them. So these customers were getting a really good deal. So that's something that I think I've seen a lot of confusion in the TikTok comments. People don't really understand. Like, my customers are getting a really good deal. Yes, I'm making profit, but I'm the one that was sleeping on the cement at 4 a.m. out in the cold on Black Friday as well, right? So I am doing a service. I am driving out to the outlets every single day while most people are inside playing 2K or watching TV or on TikTok scrolling at home in their warm houses. I'm the one out there going out and buying all this stuff that you see me resell. So fast forward to when I was 20 years old. I'm 26 now, by the way. So this was 6 years ago. So that means I've been in the resale game for 6 years. That's pretty crazy. Now, when I first started, I'll tell you about it in a second, but I wasn't as all in as I am now, right? So my wife and I, she's my girlfriend back in the time, we wanted to get on a reality TV show. Obviously, I succeeded in that. I got on MTV Stranded with $1 Million, did my thing on that show, did really well. It's another video. But at the time, I hadn't gotten on TV yet, so I was trying to get to a Big Brother casting call in Oklahoma. Didn't end up getting to Oklahoma because there was a snowstorm in Dallas, couldn't get through Dallas, and ultimately had to stay the night in Dallas. We went to a hockey game, actually had a lot of fun, and we came back home. On the way back home, Hillsboro, Texas, I'm from San Antonio, by the way. So Hillsboro, Texas was just north of Dallas. I had to go to the restroom, and I noticed that there was a Nike. Now, I thought it was closed down. It looked like a closed down outlet mall. And currently, right now in 2019, the Nike has closed down, unfortunately. It's real sad for me because that's where I got my start. But I went to the restroom, then I checked out Nike. There was a Nike, Under Armour, and a Reebok. Crazy deals, guys. Crazy deals like I've never seen before. And I've been to a lot of Nikes and Reeboks and Under Armours. Those are like the stores I shopped at as a kid growing up. So I've been going to those stores my whole life. And it was like you had the original tag and then you had stickers like you see these on the boxes. And they were marked down like I was paying like 20% of what the retail value was. So again, I purchased for 20%. I sell that item for 50% of what it's worth. I'm giving people really good deals. My first instinct, just like on Black Friday when I saw those baseball bats for $50, it was like I couldn't think of anything else other than when I look at this price, man, I could sell these all day online and make easy money. So what I did was I purchased a lot of stuff that I would have had no problem keeping. So shirts and shorts and shoes that were my size. I spent about $200 and I was like, you know what? If these don't sell, I'll just keep them. It's cool stuff. It's stuff that I wouldn't mind having for myself. But I listed it. Sure enough, it sold pretty quick. I turned 200 into 400. And then from there, I just got deeper and deeper into it. Now, as a college student, I was studying finance at UTSA in San Antonio. And I guess really I felt like resell. Like when you first hear somebody's reselling stuff on eBay, you think, man, they're in a bind. Like they're barely getting by. A lot of people have heard that I resell and that's their first thought. And it's interesting because society today, we idolize like doctors and lawyers and professions like that, like someone in nursing or whatever. But what we don't realize is there are people in resell that make hundreds of thousands of dollars each year, and they put in minimal effort. And it's crazy, but there's so much money in resale. But I hadn't opened my mind to, hey, who cares what other people think? Go all in on this. So I was making like, $800 a month probably profit off resale. So enough to have a nice apartment, live comfortably as a college student, but I wasn't crushing it yet. Now, a couple years later, when I'm 22, I end up getting on Stranded with $1 Million on MTV. I go out there, do my thing, crush it. I win $124,000 on this TV show, and that to me was the moment where I was like, you know what? Who cares what everyone else thinks? Because a lot of people my parents, especially my father, a lot of my old friends, they kind of were like, dude, you're wasting your time. Why are you trying to get on TV? That's such a weird thing to do. And I didn't listen to them. I just went for it and I accomplished it. So then I was like, you know what? Who cares what people think? If you have a vision, trust your vision, go for it, and who cares? If you fail, you fail, and you learn your lesson. If you have success, then it'll be awesome, but it doesn't really matter if somebody's watching you from the sidelines. And that's kind of a bigger thing to take away from this whole story. Like, if you're on the field and you're playing the game, who cares what someone's opinions on the sidelines are of you? And there's so many people that, they bark their opinions on social media and on their podcast and wherever where they're talking crap about me, which is weird. I never would have thought that I'd get to a point where people actually they voice their opinions in a negative way about me, especially people that have never even met me. But that's just how it is. But I'm on the field. They're on the sidelines. So who cares? I'm playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what Tony up in the stands, up in the nosebleeds is saying about me. I'm on the field and I'm winning. So I won stranded. I won $124,000. I got back. I said, you know what? Let's go heavy into resell. I put most of the money in the stock market. Obviously, I've put money into my house now. And I put a little bit of money into resell. That's how I got this startup. And then every dollar that I make in resell goes back in. So when I sell one pair of shoes, say I buy it for 40, sell it for 100, keep 80. I take that 80 and I buy 2 more pairs. So my inventory, like right now, it's like a wall of shoes, full closet, another wall of shoes. A year from now, it'll probably be double this or triple this. So it keeps growing and growing. And the more shoes I have, the more money, the more income that'll come in on average each week. So I'm heavy into it now. And I've realized, you know what, this is awesome. Like, more people should do this, but mentally they think they're above it or something. They think, oh, I have a good job. I don't need to resell shoes online. I don't need to either, but I want to get to where I'm a self-made millionaire, self-made multimillionaire, and I'm able to retire early. That way when I have kids, I can spend 24/7 with them, not have to stress about finances, and not have to, ever spend time away from them because I have work. So my wife and I are working towards early retirement. The shoe resale game is definitely going to play a huge part in that, along with some other things. That's kind of how I got to this point in my resale journey in my life. So I just want to share that story with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below what you think of it. Comment below questions too. And I will answer those questions in a future video, maybe my next video even. The next video I have time, I want to sit down and break down some questions that I've gotten on TikTok, Instagram direct message, and then comments that you guys comment below on this video. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for supporting the page. Share that TikTok, that first TikTok that went viral, or any TikTok you find value from, with a friend, and start your resale journey, man. Start hustling, get out there and start trying to make some internet money. It will change your life. When you make that first, $10, $20, it will change your life completely. It's such a great feeling, and I want that for y'all. So that's it for this video. That's the end of the story. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.